Everyone knows that the main element in football is goals, and sometimes they are quite beautiful or too ordinary. But it happens that players send the ball into the goal net in such a way that it is impossible to believe. Either it was an incredible masterpiece that happens once in a lifetime, or it is an amazing coincidence of circumstances, after which even the viewer does not understand what just happened. And in this video, I would like to show you goals that happen once in a lifetime, which each of you should see, because perhaps they will never be repeated again. And now I will not take your time, so enjoy your watching. Brazilian wizard Ronaldinho has always been famous for his amazing goals, but in the match against Chelsea in the Champions League, the Brazilian scored a simple, but at the same time, incredible goal, which you want to review again and again. In the 39th minute of the match, Ronaldinho received the ball a meter from the penalty area. The Brazilian was completely surrounded by players of the hosts, and in this situation, many would have given a pass to a partner, but Ronaldinho is called a magician for a reason. Standing in place, he shook the body and legs and then accurately hit the left corner of the goal. The shot was weak, but at the same time unexpected for the goalkeeper, because Petr Cech defending the goal in that match did not even move from his position. Well, years later, Ronaldinho said that it was a fairly simple goal, as he learned such a thing as a child playing on the street.
Look at this game now. Terry's header only as far as Iniesta. Now Ronaldinho. Oh, it's a terrific goal! Wonderful, wonderful goal! Absolutely breathtaking. Ronaldinho. You just didn't see it coming, and in the blink of an eye, back of the net. Petr Cech. Petr Cech.
A backheel pass or goal always looks beautiful in football, but Luis Suarez's goal against Mallorca is a masterpiece. At the end of the first half against Mallorca, having received a pass from Frenkie de Jong, the striker unexpectedly made a back heel kick. The goal turned out to be truly amazing, and the goalkeeper of Mallorca had little chance to repel this ball. And here's how Suarez himself commented on his goal. "This is the best goal of my career. I knew it was a difficult angle, and the last option I had was to kick with my back heel. Valverde sometimes told me that I do not score from the easiest moments, but realize the most difficult."
Laid off Roberto, De Jong, back heel! Oh!
The art of Barcelona! The sheer brilliance! Experimenting with the game again! And again!
Cristiano Ronaldo's goal against Juventus can be watched forever. In the 64th minute of the match, Dani Carvajal crossed into the opponent's penalty area, after which Cristiano instantly outpaced all the defenders and hit Buffon's goal with a bicycle kick. On the replay, it seems that Ronaldo for a few seconds hung in the air and then magically bicycle kicked into the right corner. Buffon standing on the goal clearly did not expect such a turn of events, so he did not even have time to realize what had just happened. And what madness was going on at the stadium after this amazing goal, because Juventus fans began to applaud the Portuguese, and teammates and Zinedine Zidane held their heads in amazement. And Ronaldo himself was delighted with the reaction of the stadium, so he expressed his gratitude to all the fans that night. Recall that recently, Cristiano Ronaldo, together with Gianluigi Buffon, held the draw for the Champions League. During this event, the Portuguese apologized for that goal, but Buffon, in turn, could not contain laughter.
Did we talk about the bicycle kick or not?
The bicycle kick?
Scusa, Giorgio, scusa.
And then Ronaldo! Oh! What a goal by Cristiano Ronaldo! Sensational! The greatest marksman in the history of the Champions League with an absolute beauty!
My word, if you type up to us, all the Juventus fans around us are on their feet applauding.
If we talk about goals with zero probability, then you should see Newcastle's goal. After a corner, the goalkeeper was the first on the ball and kicked it straight into the feet of a Newcastle player. He did not think of anything and shot at the ball, but instead he got a pass to a partner. His teammate barely had time to touch the ball, redirected it to Mohamed Diam, from whose foot the ball unbelievably hit the goal. And before the ball was in the goal net, it managed to fly over the goalkeeper and defender. But the funny thing is the reaction of Mohamed, because he was not surprised by anything, although this is definitely the most unexpected goal of this episode. Lionel Messi's goal against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final is still considered one of the best goals of the tournament. 3 minutes before the end of the match, Sergio Busquets made the best assist of his career. The Spaniard knew what to do and just left the ball to Lionel. Then Messi did something fantastic. The Argentine turned on super speed and outplayed everyone on his way. and sneaking into the penalty area, Messi sent the ball exactly into the far corner. This goal made the Santiago Bernabeu quiet. Then Pep Guardiola's team was simply unstoppable, in fact, like Lionel himself.
League semi-final elimination by Mourinho. And this time, Pep is the boss. But here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How good is he?
January 24, 2019, Chelsea played against Tottenham in the semi-finals of the English League Cup, and the first goal of the match was scored by French midfielder N'Golo Kante. After Eden Hazard's cross into the opponent's penalty area, the ball bounced accurately to the Frenchman. In turn, Kante did not hesitate and, with his first touch, shot on goal. At first, the goal seems quite ordinary, but on the replay, the goal looks incredible, because before the ball hit the goal net, it magically managed to fly between the legs of 3 Tottenham players. Just fantastic luck. Or it is a brilliant calculation of the genius of N'Golo Kante.
It again by Hazard. And it came out to Kante! And Chelsea level it up! N'Golo Kante with the crispest of connections. And the Blues are bouncing.
In the match between Arsenal and Crystal Palace, the hosts' forward Olivier Giroud scored the best goal of his career. In the 16th minute of the match, Arsenal intercepted the ball in their half of the field, after which the players immediately ran forward. And when the ball was received by Alexis Sanchez, he saw Giroud's runs and immediately crossed into the opponent's penalty area, where the Frenchman hit the goal of Crystal Palace with an incredible scorpion kick, thus opening the score in the match. Fans are still puzzled by the fact that Olivier Giroud, in such a short time, was able to fold and make such a clear shot, because the ball, on an incredible arc, first hit the crossbar and then flew into the goal net. It is also worth noting that this goal was recognized as the best of the year, and therefore the forward received the Ferenc Puskas Award, which has been awarded since 2009.
Big strike at us. We've got 5 breaking here. Sanchez. Behind Giroud! He's come up with it. Forward chance early on. What about this?
You just taking my commentary line out of my mouth. You never thought you'd see something like this again.
In August 2016, Hull City hosted Leicester City at home. In the 46th minute of the match, the hosts played a corner kick, and after a pass, Hull City player managed to head a shot on goal, but Kasper Schmeichel, who defended the goal, kicked away this shot. But after that, 2 players of the hosts were on the ball, and both players realized that in this situation it is necessary to make a bicycle kick, and then folded and simultaneously shot at goal. Even on the replay, it is not clear which of the players touched the ball last, but the most important thing is that the goal was unusual. So we decided to add this moment in today's episode. It should be noted that this goal helped Hull City beat Leicester. The confrontation between Sweden and England more than once gave us masterpieces for the ages. One of them happened at the World Cup 2006. Englishman Joe Cole was the first on the ball after the opponent's takeaway. The midfielder calmly handled the ball with his chest, and with the second touch he made a fantastic shot on goal. The ball flew on a high trajectory and flew over the experienced goalkeeper Andreas Isaksson, who could not cope with such a shot in the performance of Joe Cole. Well, this scored goal entered the top 10 greatest goals in the history of the England national team. About the second goal you certainly know, because it is a legendary and at the same time unique bicycle kick goal of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, with an incredibly far for such performance distance. And this goal is considered not only the best in the career of Ibrahimovic, but also one of the best in all of football history, which confirms the fact that for this goal Zlatan was awarded the previously mentioned prize of Ferenc Puskas for the best goal of 2013.
Hasn't quite done so. Ibrahimovic, surely not. Oh! Now that is brilliant. Wow. That is truly exceptional. You've got something to talk about tonight, folks. You've just seen
how good Zinedine Zidane was in his time, a man who could single-handedly decide the outcome of matches, and his mere presence on the field gave his team an advantage. And his goal against Bayern in the Champions League final can be watched forever. In the 45th minute of the match, Roberto Carlos managed to make a cross into the penalty area. Zinedine was in the right place and did not hesitate to shoot from the fly. The Frenchman saw the flying ball grouped and surprisingly sent the ball between the hands of Hans-Jörg Butt. France Football newspaper recognized Zidane's goal against Bayern as the best in the history of the Champions League. Which goal do you think is the best in the history of the Champions League? Write about it in the comments. It would be really interesting for me to read.
That's a good ball for Roberto Carlos. Hooked into the penalty area towards Zidane. Oh, fantastic! Real Madrid come alive with a breathtaking goal. Scored by Zinedine Zidane.
One of the most unique goals in football history was scored in 2015 in Brazil, and at the end of the year, it was officially recognized as the best in the world. Goianésia players performed a graceful positional attack, after which one of the players softly threw the ball over the heads of defenders, and player Wendell Lira with his first touch scissor kick struck the goal. First, Wendell Lira looked at the flying ball, then he changed the angle and sent the ball straight into the goal net. This goal was recognized as the best goal of the year, and this is not a joke, because in 2015, unknown Brazilian kid Wendell Lira came to the most prestigious award in football and took the Ferenc Puskas prize for the most beautiful goal of 2015. And now an interesting fact, a year after receiving the prize, the already 27-year-old ended his career as a football player to play FIFA and become a professional cyber athlete.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
A goal scored by a goalkeeper is already a rarity, but a goal scored by a goalkeeper with a bicycle kick is something from the category of fantasy. A South American Championship match, Barroca players play a corner kick in the 96th minute of the match, and the goalkeeper of Orlando Pirates takes the ball out with his hand, and then the Barroca goalkeeper is on the catch, who competently folded and performed a perfect bicycle kick. The ball flew over not only the goalkeeper, but all the players standing next to him, thus bringing his team a draw in the last minute of the game. This is a real madness and unrealistically rare episode, because this is the only case in the history of football when the goalkeeper scored a goal with a bicycle kick. Luka Jovic is known by many as the main loser of recent years, failed at Real Madrid, then at Fiorentina, and so far not very good at Milan. But in 2018, the 20-year-old Serbian did something incredible. Firstly, in that match, Jovic scored 5 goals in just 46 minutes. And secondly, one of the goals turned out to be crazy. After a pass from the flank into the opponent's penalty area, the Serbian striker not only performed some unusual bicycle kick, but he also performed the kick without looking at the goal. That is, if you look closely, you can see that Luka never once looked at the goal and shot purely intuitively, relying only on his instincts. We all marveled at Firmino's goals, when the Brazilian deliberately turned his head away at the moment of the shot, but Luka did it in the most unusual situation. A goal that happens once in a lifetime. This is a free kick performed by Roberto Carlos in the goal of the French national team. After Ronaldo was blocked by opponents about 35 meters from the goal, the head referee of the match appointed a free kick. To perform the free kick, decided Roberto Carlos about the Brazilian cannon was already known at that time, but hardly anyone expected that the defender will violate the laws of physics with his shot. Running almost from the center of the field, Carlos powerfully shot with the outside of the foot. The ball on a crazy trajectory circled the wall of players and hit the goal. Hitting the goalpost, French goalkeeper Fabien Barthez did not even move from his position, because to such a turn of events, he was certainly not ready. If you're asked which goal from the Manchester derby was the most memorable for you, there's a 99% chance you'll point to Wayne Rooney's goal. After a cross into the penalty area from Nani, Rooney was somehow alone in the penalty area, and nothing could prevent him from making this incredible bicycle kick. And the magnificent shot of the Englishman did not leave indifferent any person who watched this game. The reaction of the coaching staff and players speaks for itself.
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! And what a time! In what a place!
In 2016, in a match against Villarreal, Neymar Jr. scored one of the best goals of his football career. After a pass from Suarez, the Brazilian took the ball with his belly, then sharply threw the ball over himself. The guest's defender did not even have time to realize what just happened. So Neymar sent the ball into the goal net with a third touch. The goal was truly Brazilian. The whole stadium and the head coach were delighted with the goal of the striker. Well, if you've watched the video up to this point, you probably liked it. And so I want to ask you to subscribe to the channel and be sure to click on the bell. By doing this, you will help promote the channel, and you will be the first to receive notifications. And this is goodbye to you. And I suggest you watch the video that will appear on your screen in a few seconds.